Hey guys, Harrison, I'm back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to episode, what is it now, 8 I think, of our Formula 1 2013 career mode Let's Play, and I'm home. Welcome to Silverstone, just down the road from Milton Keynes, and home of the British Grand Prix, where it all began back in 1950, and yeah, unfortunately I've brought the British weather back with me. For those guys that aren't in the UK, and you know what's up when it comes to these kind of things, you'll know quite quickly that this is nothing new. For Great Britain, this is nothing new. Anyway, I qualified in 9th. It was kind of weird qualifying because I was qualifying with a wet setup during a dry qualifying session for a wet Grand Prix because I knew it was going to be wet from the start. As you can see, 100% chance of rain through the session, so yeah, it was just one of those things. So here's my setup. I think I actually got this one from Easy Racing. I'll put his channel link in the description. As you can see, this is the setup quickly. Bit of balance there, suspension. I'm gonna try. I've learnt my lesson from China, and last time I had a wet race, because the tyre wear during that race was ridiculous, and I was gonna have to two-stop it if it wasn't for the fact that it dried up towards the end. But I'm hearing it's going to be heavy rain the whole way through, so I'm guessing that won't really matter. Okay, that's my setup. I'm qualifying in 9th, teammate Hulkenberg in 8th. In case you want to see what the teammate challenge looks like, I'm up 3-2. Hulkenberg's always been the better qualifier out of the two of us, but the podium I got last time out in Canada kind of broke the tie, which is also came in quite handy. So, one more thing as well, bear with me when it comes to things I may say during this commentary because I'm still like half a zombie right now. I'll explain why afterwards. Anyone that follows me on Twitter at Harrison101HD and was up last night probably knows why already, but if you didn't, I'll explain in a minute. I'll talk a little bit about Brazil as well here and there, and maybe talk a little bit about America because I haven't really talked about that very much either. But as you can see, fully wet, Sebastian Vettel on pole. My teammate Hulkenberg won up on me in 8th. I'm in 9th. This could be a very treacherous start because it is a washout here. Here we go, folks. Well, the wheel spin there, that's not good. But yeah, we're away. I can't see a damn thing going into turn 1. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh dear. See, the thing is, the thing is, I know that the AI has already got a glitch where they'll drive slower than normal on the first lap, like to a ridiculous extent. But this is even more ridiculous. But look at that, we went to slot our way through into 5th place, I think. Going the long way around here. Vettel's slipping around a little bit there. He's been knocked down to 2nd. I'm now 3rd. Ahead of Fernando Alonso in 4th, so let's see if we can settle down now and get our rhythm going quick. I did a lot of wet running time during this race, actually. The practice session, I was really practicing hard in the wet because I really do want to get better at this game. And like I said, qualifying in 9th, given the setup I had, I thought was a pretty decent result. And if anything, the issue I have has always been around slow corners. As long as he tries to go around the outside of me here, not going to happen. I have to leave it a space. Caused a collision? Ah, come on. Also, I didn't even realise my engine's actually fairly worn out, so I'm actually lacking a bit of top speed as well, which around Silverstone probably isn't the best thing to have. But the way my downforce is set up means I should be faster through the 2nd sector and towards the end of the lap. The problem is I'm going to be slow during the slower corners, which I'm coming up towards now, obviously. The last chicane and obviously the first chicane before the Wellington Straight. But, any American football fans watching this? I know a lot of you Americans who watch me probably are, because America is my 2nd most watched country behind the UK. But, man, as a New England Patriot fan, that game last night with the Broncos was absolutely insane. So I have to get defensive on Alonso there. But, I mean, coming back from 24 points down, 3 first-quarter fumbles from our offense, it was absolutely ridiculous. I almost gave up. I had to go downstairs at like 3 in the morning and just contemplate the meaning of life. It was ridiculous. Look at that, Hulkenberg I think is there in P7, which is nice to see. But I mean, coming back from 24 points and then going to overtime and then winning the game on a muffed punt. That was reminding me a lot when Carl Williams had that fumble in the NFC Championship game against the Giants a couple of years ago as well. You're just touching a punt makes it a live ball, and then the fumble, and we recovered it. It was amazing. There was fumbles everywhere in that damn game because it was just so cold. It was like 20 degrees, and that's in like Fahrenheit. So that's more like -8 over here. Like Boston was just freaking cold that night. And you know what they say about man in cold games tends to struggle. He wasn't that bad. He made some great throws later on. It's just, you know, crazy how these things turn out. But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm still kind of tired now. I barely got any sleep last night. I didn't get to sleep till about, I think, 6:30 in the morning. Got up at about 1. This is effectively a week off for me, so, you know, uni-wise, because my Tuesday class got cancelled because of graduation day. I'm actually going to Brussels on Thursday, because it's a European politics meeting, basically. Because I study news and current affairs, and a lot of that is down to government, basically, so... so, you know, a lot of that's down to government, so basically, in essence... you know, we get a trip to Brussels. We get to see a European Parliament meeting, basically. So I won't be here on Thursday, more than likely. I might still tweet a bit. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Well, Webber's got past Alonso. Now I wonder, can I go the whole distance on these tyres? I wonder. Probably not, given how I tend to know how this game works, but. They said I should stop on lap 7. They said 6 originally. I changed it to 7. I don't know if that's going to work out alright in the end, but... Oh, God. Alonso tries a move. Down the old start-finish straight. But, yeah. It's okay. We're hanging in there alright. Just kind of a crazy sports weekend in general. But, you know, Vettel winning in Brazil as well was... Okay, that's probably the least surprising bit, because, you know, Vettel is just on another level right now compared to everybody else. It's a shame Webber couldn't win in his final Grand Prix, even though, let's be real here, he was given every chance, you know, the rain. He was held up at the start, obviously, by Alonso being, you know, just not as competitive, so Webber lost about 10 seconds at the start of the race by doing that, but... Besides that, they were fairly evenly matched until the end, where, you know, Webber just kind of gave up the ghost and just started to pull away. So Ferrari getting ready for a stop already. Okay. But, yeah, I mean... They're stopping now. Does that mean they're 2 stopping the AI? That would surprise me. But, anywho, yeah, the thing is, it's like... I feel sorry for Webber, because I always felt like he got a raw deal at Red Bull. I don't think anyone anticipated Sebastian Vettel being this good. When Webber probably did deserve a world championship. 2010 was his year, but he kind of threw it away at the end. But, you know, it's one of those things where... Yeah, it was lucky because Vettel came in unannounced for a pit stop, and that brought Webber much closer. So, if anything, you know, people want to say, oh, Vettel's lucky, Vettel's lucky. It was a rare mistake from Vettel, which gave Webber half a sniff. But obviously just didn't work out in the end, and Webber just wasn't as quick. Hamilton definitely deserved his drive-through, in my opinion. It was a little bit harsh, but you drove into a guy. You had no reason to drift that far to the right where you felt the need to bump the guy. You know, people, like, I know Hamilton fans were trying to defend him by basically saying... Well, well, you know what? If you know, you gotta leave a car widths of room, you know, if you're an overtaking car, but you know. Oh, hello. Saying the rain's gonna ease up in about 15 minutes. That's about 7 or 8 laps. I wonder if I can make these wet. last to the point where I change in for intermediates, I might have a chance of saving a pit stop here. That might come into my favour later on. We've got to wait and see. But yeah, I'm driving well right now in this third place. I'm liking this. But the thing is like, Massa as well was a little bit unlucky to get a drive through, and I was at the time on Twitter I was very ticked off about this. Like, you know, where's the consistency here, stewards? But you know, apparently the drivers were told pre-race, as Alonso's going to try and come through here. So I'm just better on the brakes than you, Fernando. And yeah, I mean, apparently Massa was warned twice to not do it before. He did it a third time apparently, and then was given a drive-through. Don't get me wrong, I think the rule in place was already ridiculous, but if you've already been told on 2 separate occasions, you know, not to cross the white line, and you do it a third time, quite frankly, you deserve your penalty. I didn't know the full story at the time. I don't think anybody really did. But the rule was in place for a reason. It is a dangerous pit entry. But, I mean, it seems like such a nothing rule to me. You know what I mean? It's like... It's a bit like walking into a sweet shop and saying, don't touch anything, and you're 5 years old with a sugar rush. It's like... That's just not going to happen, is it? Got me, and Alonso goes, oh! I went a bit wide there, pushed Alonso off the track. Hope I don't get a penalty for that.
3 places above our expected result.
Oh, wait, yellow flag. Oh, okay, we're okay now. So now Sergio Perez has been bumped up to 4th now. Tyres are pretty warm, but we're actually okay. I think we'll make that lap 7 pit stop.
We think the car behind is running on.
Okay, I got a warning for that. Okay. That's fair, because I did go wide, but it was a driver error on my part. I didn't have any intention of collecting Alonso there at the same time. It's actually quite reminiscent of what happened between Alonso and Vergne at Abu Dhabi a couple of weeks ago, ironically. But it looks like I'm giving up a lot in terms of top speed here, so I've got to be careful. Oh god, under braking, and yeah, it's like I'm just much more confident going through the corners than these guys are. It's like on these straight. It's weird. It's like it's one of those like when you race on a game like Forza or Gran Turismo where you know the cars behind you are faster but they can't out corner you. This is what's happening right now. I'm losing all this top speed in these areas, and it's just like, ugh, it's just not working. But the downforce and the setup I've got is actually working quite nicely until I ran on the grass. Button's going to try and come through on the outside here. I'm going to squeeze him out a little bit. They may have got me here. Oh, no, no, Jensen. Oh, he's going into the pits. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. We're nowhere near, the rain easing off yet. But I can feel my wet starting to fade, so I think 7 was about right in the end. I just got to hold on for one more lap and hope Button doesn't get the undercut on me. Because I would love a podium.
The car behind has some minor damage to his front wing. Doesn't look too serious.
It also kind of helps that Perez has no front wing at the moment, so... Or at least front wing damage. It's not going to hold him up in a straight line, but it's going to make him much slower through the corners. But the lack of top speed my car has got is starting to hurt.
The conditions are matching the tires.
You know what? I could probably go one more if I really wanted to. Because while Britain is a bad track for tyre wear, the plus side to it is that because there's so many high-speed corners, it doesn't feel as bad because the downforce will help you out going through corners, especially ones that are faster like this one. So, Perez back in the pack-up is giving me half a chance here. So Hamilton's up front. I'm guessing Vettel's second, but I'm guessing he's already pitted. Let's see what happens now. I hope Button's found traffic or something, because if I can come back out in third, that would be great. Is anyone coming in with me here? Yep, I think pretty much the entire backpack there has joined me, so I've timed that one quite nicely, so I'm not going to lose any time in the pits by the looks of things. Unless they glitch and I don't turn out up front or whatever. I'm guessing that's Vettel that's come through. 3-second stop, nice work, Sauber. That's Felipe Massa further back. I don't see anyone else coming through the pit lane, so all of a sudden, I think we're going to come out third. Is that Button coming out? It is Button coming out. And he's come through.
Okay, we've lost a position. Keep close and maybe we can take it back.
The only upside to the situation is Button's done a lap longer, but the McLarens are blatantly faster than me. Yeah, Button's gone. That's a bummer. But if I play defense well and hold on, I think fourth would be a pretty darn good result. It looks like Sauber's found some pace again with their R&D. It looks like they're right back up to being near the top end of the field again. I see Hulkenberg back there in P8 as well, which is good, which is nice. Because we're in a battle with McLaren, I think, for fifth in the constructors. There's only 2 points between us. Sauber have 50. McLaren have 48. And the way it's interesting, because I'm actually kind of carrying this team. I have 42 points. Obviously, I got another 18 from finishing second in Canada. But I have 42 points. Hulkenberg only has 8. So we have 50, and 42 have come from me. Meanwhile, McLaren have 48 points, but they're actually split down the middle. Both Button and Perez both have 24 points. As Vettel sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. The only thing is, I just hope the Button fades at the end if he's had to pit in on lap 6. They said the rain would ease up in about 15 minutes, and that was like lap 4. So if my maths is right, the rain should stop in about 2 to 3 laps time. I don't think it'll stop raining enough to warrant a change to intermediates. Like, I tried it in China by going intermediates to dries. The thing was, I kind of did it 1 lap too early, but maybe the track was too wet to change a lap before. I'm not sure whether that was the right call or not. But it nearly worked. I mean, set the fastest lap of the race, which is always kind of fun, you know, taking that away from Seb. Don't worry, guys, I have got a full season review in the works coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. That should be fun. I've got that coming up soon. I've also going to announce the winner of the Dre's Bold Prediction Award, or the Dre's Bold Prediction competition. I did promise back in April that whoever had a matching number of bold predictions, I would pick a winner at random, and they would get a free copy of F1 2013 on the console or platform of their choice. So that will be coming up pretty darn soon as Raikkonen tries to move around the outside, and that's not going to happen. Too fast around the corners for you, son. Vettel's on flying right now. 41-1 from him there. But yeah, I mean, it turns out the final number I think was 4 out of 5. I think the only one I didn't get was Webber finishing outside of the top 5 in the championship, and I think Webber ended up 4th, I want to say. I think he was 4th. I think it was actually 3rd because Hamilton lost points because of the drive-through. So I think Webber finished up 3rd in the championship in the end. So yeah, as a result of that, yeah. So that's the only one I didn't get. I got the other 4. Grosjean did score more than 130. Vettel did win the championship. Mercedes ended up in the top 3, and Hamilton won a race. So I got 4 out of 5, I think, by the looks of things. I have to double check my video just to make sure I got everything right, but I think that was the final result. In which case, awesome! I'm actually better at these things than I thought. So if anyone on that video guessed 4, stand by. You could be about to win a nice little prize for Christmas. Also, like I said, the team reviews are coming back very soon. I'll be sorting that out probably later this week. Like I said, it's kind of a free week for me, so I've got plenty of time to make some vids. I'll be putting the top 4 teams into one video, which should be fun. That's how it sets up 40.8, good God. Yeah, I mean, like I said, overall, it's going to be a fun, a little bit busy time because I've got the team reviews coming soon. You've got the Harry Awards coming soon as well. The Harry Awards will be back for Season 2. So that's going to be fun to look out for as well. I'm going to do the voting on Google rather than one of those shitty pay-for polling sites out there. So, you know, that should run smoother. I won't have to do another second video like I did to do last year, which was really friggin' annoying. The problem is that the awards are probably going to be harder to vote for because there wasn't a whole lot of on-track action this year. Like, Overtake of the Year, who the hell's going to win that? I might need your help for nominees on that one. But I'll throw that out there on social media sites soon. But the team reviews are coming back probably later this week. It's going to be a 3-part series. The top teams I'll cover first: Vettel, Webber, Red Bull, Alonso, Massa, Ferrari, Hamilton, Rosberg, Mercedes, and then obviously Grosjean, Raikkonen, and I'm guessing Heikki Kovalainen because he did 2 races as well. I'll talk about Heikki a little bit as well. Whoops, a bit close to the mark on that one, sorry. So I'll do that in the first video, then I'll do the mid-carders in the second, and then I'll save the bottom 3 as well for a third video. So that's how I'm planning to do it this time around. Because last time I did it, like I said, it was like 12 different videos, and I didn't finish till January. Like, we were talking about 2014 already by the time that was happening. As Rosberg started thinking that we ran the outside here. Just faster coming out of the corner. I love this wet setup. I think it's a fantastic setup because it just gives me the confidence able to keep the car stable. I don't have any chances of major wheel spin or anything like that. It's just nice. And it's not that fast, but it also keeps my tyres stable as well. So I can easily do 6 laps on these wets. So all I've got to do is just defend myself and have decent racecraft and just drive it home safe, and I should be able to do quite well here, which is nice. We had the little rough patch in the middle of the season. Spain wasn't great. I know China wasn't great because of a penalty I didn't even see. But yeah, he seemed to have bounced back quite nicely. I mean, Monaco wasn't great, but then Canada got a second, and we're looking quite good for 4th, or at worst a top 6, which was what I was aiming for, what the team was aiming for at the start of the race. So that would be nice. As Raikkonen's going to think about a move here. Sorry, mate, only one line through this corner. See, my cornering speed is great. It's just a shame we haven't got the top speed. The engine's kind of worn out. I'm getting a new engine after this race, and it's just just a lack of top speed in general. In the wet, the effect of the slipstream is even bigger. As Vettel and Hamilton just exchange fastest laps because they're just. I think right now, Hamilton may have overtaken Alonso in my pound-for-pound list. Because having to sit back and think about it, I think Hamilton's had a really good year with Mercedes as well. I mean, beat his teammate first year in. Rosberg's been with the Mercedes branch for some time already, which is actually quite an underrated thing not many people talk about. Rosberg's been with that team for what, for 3 seasons now, and Hamilton comes in first year and beats him, which is great. Great for him, and it just proves that Hamilton is one of the best drivers in the field. I mean, to stay competitive with 2 different teams is a good sign, and I think Mercedes will be even stronger next year. I think I'm hearing their engines are going to be really good, and they have such a talented team underneath them. A lot of guys with championship winning credentials amongst that unit, so There's no reason why they can't nail it. Oh, Raikkonen's had a mistake there. He's dropped way off.
There's not much between you and the car behind, just 2 seconds.
But yeah, I mean, Alonso's, I think, has been kind of mediocre this year. I know Alonso's finished up as a runner-up again, but Ferrari's car has been so average this year. I mean, people were moaning at me last year saying, oh, but Alonso nearly won it in a worse car. Yeah, what about now? How bad was the 2012 car really, given this year's car's even worse? They almost lost second to Mercedes and all that. So, I mean, what did they do? I'm not sure what the final constructor standings were, but yeah, just overall, and just Alonso's been quite mediocre this year. I'll talk about it more in the team reviews, but what a drive! This was a lot of fun. I love this. I love Silverstone. It's a great track. And it's just worked out beautifully in the end. I mean, thank you, Sauber. You've built a fantastic car today. I'm going full Hulkenberg here. And just, you know, just punching above my weight again. And it feels like I earned this one a little bit more, that's for sure. But round the last corner, it's going to be 4th place at Silverstone. I'll take that. That's excellent. And Nico got in the points in 9th as well, so that's points for both of us. That's excellent. Button got on the podium, which is not something I would have liked for the constructors, but Perez only scored. Well, we got outpointed by both drivers here, so we lost 7 points in the end, I think. 7? No, 5. Yeah, 3-5, yeah. So yeah, Hamilton got the win by 6 seconds over Vettel. Button 30 seconds back in a race of his own. Then it's me, Raikkonen 5th, Massa 6th, Grosjean 7th, Perez 8th, Hulkenberg 9th, and Nico Rosberg rounds off the points in 10th. Past him, I don't know, just a second shy of a point. Adrian Sittel there. Alonso finished down in 14th. I'm guessing he had to stop twice. Did he? No, he didn't. I saw he pitted, like, there you go. It's like he had to pit. He did pit twice by the looks of things. Because what's that 2-minute 4 lap come from there in the middle of that? It's kind of weird. But, this is only pitted once. So what was the 2-minute lap doing there for? Did he have a spin or something? Was that me? And Webber didn't finish. Retired on lap 3. How bizarre. But, yeah. 4th place.
Still 8th in the Drivers' Championship.
We're now only a point behind Felipe Massa, which is excellent. We're closing in on the World Championship race. If we can get closer to maybe where Rosberg and Raikkonen are in that kind of top 5 range, that would be really nice. But so far, we're bouncing back, and I'm really happy with that. You know, the home race has gone very well. I'm sure the British fans will go home happy that not only did their boy win, but their other boy, hashtag Black Vettel, hashtag Draination, came in 4th. So, I've been Harrison101. Hope you enjoyed the video very much, and I'll catch you guys next time. Sayonara.